In order to monetize your YouTube, you're slapboxing 100-year-olds?
Yeah, that's what people want from me at this point. That's what I'm known for.
Welcome to Joy Tactics, the podcast dedicated to all things joyful, joyous, and meeting as many celebrities as humanly possible. Hosted by Eric Rahill, Nate Veroni, and Jack Bensinger. Enjoy.
So, let's start with naming a couple of things and seeing how it makes you feel. 100 years old. 106 years old. Okay?
Wow.
Those are weighted numbers. Okay? You hear somebody's 13, somebody's 30. You go, oh, okay, nice. You see that cat. Eric just picked a cat up. But you hear the name 100 years old, the word or the phrase, that comes with a heaviness, a lividness,
right,
which demands you listen and you tuck in your shirt, you brush your teeth, and you focus up. Okay?
Because even if you're a pencil pusher, even if you just sat around watching soaps and eating bonbons your whole life, but you made it to 106 years old, you know a thing or two about being alive. You've been you can be lazy in life, but you can't avoid pain.
And here's what's funny, too.
You can't avoid loss. And people that make it to that far, they've been fucking through it, no matter who it is.
Yeah. And Nate, you try to take out these 100-year-olds every time you come across one. I feel like you don't respect them more than anyone.
I have to monetize my YouTube channel
My YouTube channel.
YouTube. What is it? Wait, where are you going with that? And so you have to, in order to monetize your YouTube, you're slapboxing 100-year-olds?
Yeah, that's what people want from me at this point. That's what I'm known for.
So you're locked into it. I get it. It's not personal.
You're running a life insurance scam.
Slapboxing a fucking a 98-year-old
geriatric backyard.
98-year-old man life insurance scam. Somehow you make fucking $200,000. You become the
backyard beef. Backyard beef. Adult. You know what's funny? Because sometimes they call adult content. Then there's senior content. Do they have that yet? That's kind of next level.
They're about to.
Yeah.
Remember Blue from Old School?
Remember the color?
Shit.
Oh, yeah, I do remember Blue.
You don't remember My Boy Blue?
My boy Blue. When he's jelly wrestling?
Jelly wrestling. Is that what they call it?
I don't know. I think
that's kind of more sexy to me. I want to go jelly wrestling with your ass. But no, he went out of the way that we all want to go, being all wrestled by beautiful women in a pool of jelly.
I think, I guess
that is the way to go, man.
But
Blue had that kind of old-timey coal miner or gold digger build. You know what I mean? The 1800s kind of just soup and ale build.
Soup and
ale.
That. Yeah. So what's funny is
they still make them like that.
But that's speaking of soup and aioli. When you meet somebody who's 99 years old, when you meet somebody who's 110 years old, what's funny is there's a lot of gurus out there these days who are saying like, smoke matcha, bitch, if you want to live to be 600 years old like me with no wrinkles.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go out to fucking eat with a 100-year-old. I promise you.
Go out to eat with my Nana, which is what Jack and I just did 2 days ago.
93?
She's 93.
She's driving cars. And so what did she order at the diner? She
ordered the giant Dutch baby pancake.
No, that's not possible. Because to live so long, don't you need to eat nothing but broccoli with no pesticides?
That's what you would think. That's what they're telling us.
And
that's
she
what we're
ate
being
a
force-fed by the
waffle.
media.
A waffle.
But what did my Nana eat? She ate the strawberry Dutch baby pancake, Nate. You missed out with syrup on it.
Okay. Because what's funny is
that's incredible. Did you guys have an amazing conversation? Did you ask her questions? Did you gain any wisdom?
No, we were
or
just
you
talking.
guys just fucking talk about yourself like you always do?
No, we were talking to her about the podcast numbers. We're telling her about the co-star credits we got. We didn't have too much time to ask her about what's going on, but she really appreciated spending time with us.
Well, she pulled up with a full Google Doc to show us some pitches that she had for segments for the show. They're really funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it worked out.
Yeah.
We talked about waffles for a while. That was fun. We both like waffles with ice cream on them.
But Nate,
waffles.
I notice how quiet you are during this because you have something against the elderly. You know, I notice when we go do our elderly volunteering, you usually shy away and go play on your phone and play Snake on your phone whenever we get around an old person, and you close your nose.
Well,
to not smell them.
this is a tough. When you guys brought this to me in one of our hour-long pitch meetings where we're coming up with topics to talk about.
Yeah, I guess that was November 2022, right? When we came up with this one.
On one of our brainstorm meetings. This one was tough for me because I originally, I don't know if you remember this, but I was really resistant to even doing this, and I was like, I don't know if this is something that I can talk about even, because I have so much disdain for anyone above the age of, honestly, 60 plus. Well, is where I kind of draw the line, and I kind of just don't talk to those people at all. They're kind of subhuman to me in a many different ways.
Yeah. Well, you grew up in one of them Charlie and the Chocolate Factory type houses with a bunch of old people all in the same bed, and they were beating the shit out of you every single day, smacking you,
putting their toes in your mouth while you're sleeping,
making them getting candy for them. I can imagine it that you don't like them now.
Is it also? Are you like jealous? Like, damn, I wish I was that fucking old already.
Because they have
because you don't get that respect.
Different type of bodies.
It's built-in respect too. Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting? You live to 100 and it's kind of like, all right, built-in respect. I mean, are we being taken a fool in that regard? 100-year-old comes up to you and gives you some advice on what to buy or something? Should we really just trust them just because they've been around? What if they were stupid as fuck?
Well, Can I ask you guys a question? Let's look back at the last 100 years, shall we? At this generation that you're saying is that we should give respect to.
Yeah.
Let's look back at the past 100 years. What's happened in the last
1924 is what just happened, Jack?
My curtain just fell off the wall. It was hanging.
Oh, you know what that's an elderly ghost.
It was hanging by a deer head, and this deer head just fell and it smacked the microphone.
That was definitely some type of ghost.
That was crazy.
I know there were old people living all up in your building. Okay, so but 100 years ago, it's 1924. What's everybody doing? Reading The Great Gatsby?
Trying to eat bananas differently?
They're watching quiet movies. Remember, because it was silent, and then they couldn't get the volume that loud, so it was hella quiet movies. So you had to really listen close, and then they finally got that volume up in the 30s.
A rose-tinted glasses on of what the 20s were like. It wasn't everybody was just trying desperately to get over the traumas of the First World War.
They didn't give up. You know what they were fucking getting down, sucking on each other. You saw the clothes they wore, right? You know there's nothing sexier than, to me, the flapper girls.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I go to a Halloween party and there's a
they
beautiful woman all dressed as a flapper, yeah, that is exactly what I want to see. And especially if she listens to the Shins too, and she's dressed as a flapper.
That makes sense now because you've been sending me Photoshop images of Saweetie in flapper type clothing.
And then I'm just texting you, could you imagine this? Imagine coming home to this.
But yeah,
no, the 20s were awesome.
Time.
They were fun.
Dark.
We're in them right now.
What was dark about the 20s? Oh, the Great Depression? That only affected the farmers.
Well, let's just look about 15 to 20 years later. How could that be an amazing time when the world consciousness created such a terrible circumstances to enact the Second World War?
Can we stop calling it the World War, man? Chile wasn't in it. Uruguay wasn't in it. Taiwan wasn't in it. Bangladesh wasn't in it. Burkina Faso wasn't in it. I don't know who was in it, to be quite frank. But what I'm saying, and don't make me say that 191 more times, okay? Why do they got to call it the World War?
Jack, is those countries were affected by by blockades, and many of those countries sent battalions.
Okay, dude, cool, man. But like, okay, so if there's like a pile up, you know what I'm saying, on the BQE, and a bunch of people all get fucking 300 people die on the highway from the biggest explosion of all time because they crashed into a fucking awesome, crazy truck with poison in it, and then it makes me late for the gym or something for a personal training session where I'm a personal trainer. Does that mean that I'm now getting to say that this was the great thing for me, tragedy for me? You see my metaphor. You see how I just laid that out.
Right.
Now
Man,
you have to
was a good build-up for
redact
the
your
metaphor.
statement.
I'm like just following so close as you were building that up.
Yeah, well, that's the way I speak, is with perfect story narrative and arc.
Jack's metaphor school.
Jack's school.
Oh, my
Duolingo
hiccups went
English.
away. If anybody listened to the Patreon, yeah, that shit went away because of my
good.
mental fortitude. I finally fucking squashed them. A lot of
Yeah,
y'all
you
would
just
have.
started
A lot of
doing the
you. It
opposite.
would have driven most people mad to go through what I went through that day. A day full of hiccups. Not me.
That's a good children's book
I wasn't
idea.
looking up leukemia hiccup connection. Right
The
after the
leukemia
podcast.
hiccup connection.
What was I gonna say? Oh, that makes you made a good point with the Uruguay Battalion. Do you think there was any like country that was forced to send like just kind of like 40 dudes to World War II, and they kind of just like hung back, like they didn't even fight the war. They were just kind of like chilling in like Europe, like
Yeah.
no one's like kind of, there wasn't like the UN wasn't around, like nobody was there to like be like, hey Uruguay, we didn't see you guys on the battlefield like yesterday.
Nah, we were there. We were just fucking. We were like,
Oh, really,
we fight from
dude?
the trees, so y'all didn't even see us, but we were fucking getting them.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting them really good. And
I
then,
feel like a couple countries like just had a kind of a, we're in the pastures just seeing the countryside.
you know, on the
World
cruise ships,
War.
how they have the like party team member, the people who are in charge of like throwing the parties,
Yeah, the party cruise leaders.
the party committee.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a real job on the cruise ship. I think that if we were in war, we would be in charge of fucking throwing the fucking DJ parties right after the battles. Make sure that our soldiers fucking get taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
in
doing the first ever beatbox trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
Basically doing fucking Macklemore
Yeah.
style awesome dance music.
Get Miley Cyrus out there, fucking.
Letting out
Yeah.
all the rounds that we didn't use yet. Oh, we still got 100,000 bullets. Let that shit
Yeah.
go. What else we got left over?
Use them as
Fucking
like a
tank.
beat too.
Oh, use a gun as a beat.
Oh, the gun drum. The drum gun.
Wow.
Fill up a
Okay, but
tank
let's
with
get back
motherfucking
to what
juice.
we call the elderly.
Please.
Okay? Because I need to tell you guys something. I think I've said it on a previous episode, but we are headed for a crisis right now. Okay?
Food.
There's an entire generation of what they call the baby boomers, which I've done many studies on, who are becoming older and older. And guess the hell what? I'm not going to try to swear as much on this. Guess what, bitch?
What?
Hey.
There is
Good
not
good.
enough infrastructure to take care of these old people as they begin to decline. Okay? There's the nursing home, retirement care infrastructure in this country right now is garbage. And if we're smart, we will open up some Joy Tactics style retirement homes. We'll make sure the overhead is low as possible, but they're still having a good time. I'm going to try to figure out how to make that happen. Because you can strip away some of these activities as long as we give them
I know
fucking,
exactly how to.
What? How? The Quest Pros, the VR?
Yeah, exactly. You give them, we put them in the tiniest little like closet rooms.
Pods.
Okay. Pods.
And they
Like,
get massage
basically,
too.
like, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
From me.
Yeah. All day
A
massaging.
really oily one too.
Too oily.
Much oil. Too oily.
Vegetable
Well, we're
oil.
gonna put them in. You seen those, porta potties, right? It's gonna be basically the size of that. All right.
Yeah.
This is where they sleep. This is where they eat.
But it smells
They're gonna have
hella
the
good.
Quest.
It smells like
It
incense.
smells amazing sometimes, but overpowering. But we're gonna fucking put them in there. Sorry for cursing. and we're gonna put the quest on there, and it's just gonna make their room look a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
It's just gonna. That's it. It's not gonna do like they're not gonna be in some fantasy land. It's just gonna make them seem like they're in like a maybe less than normal size room.
Is
And
it
that's
their
gonna get them
actual
through the
room
day.
that they're used to, and it's just slightly bigger? Like a VR recreation of their room, but they have like a little more square footage? Or is
Well,
it a
that's
different
what
house?
the kind of discussions we're having.
But you
with
don't want to put
design
any type of
programming
fantasy
team.
in there. You don't want to make like, okay, it's the real room, but then Mickey Rooney's coming in to service you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or Carol
It should be-
Burnett's over in the corner doing a different type of breakdancing. Imagine that. I'm saying we could
Those are
give them
actually
an amazing reality.
good ideas.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what are we gonna do about this, guys? Because the elderly are about to be thrown to. Because in our society, we throw the elders to our elders to the curb.
Look at how they treat the fucking chief of state, President Joe Biden.
I don't
They
even
treat
want to
him
get
just
into
'cause
that
he's
because
old
we're
that
abusing
we
him
have
as a
to get
country.
into it. We have to get into it because just because he's old, that people are disrespecting him. What you don't realize is if you put somebody who is the opposite age, let's say 8, up in the positions that Joe Biden was in, how do you
Right.
think they would be behaving? Horribly, by the way. Joe Biden has the age has got nothing to do with it.
Right.
He's
It
strong.
makes me
Well,
sick.
He could bite
I
through
hate
a
to
coconut.
get into it.
Yeah.
I hate to bring this up, but I know we're talking about the elderly, but I can't help but tie that into how the ancients, which they kind of figured out things.
Yeah.
Who are the
um,
ancients?
The ancient civilization. So
Okay.
they figured out a lot of
So-
things before we did, and
did.
Right.
the ancients they actually respected the elders in a way, and they revered
And these are the people in the
their
Wild
wisdom.
West.
No.
The what?
What?
These.
Joy
The
tactics.
people in the
How
Wild
ancient are we
West.
talking about? Because my idea of ancient doesn't go back that far.
Your idea of
ancients
ancient
is
is
like
like
Abraham
the
Lincoln.
1870s.
Oh, ancient. Oh, you mean
Oregon
like
Trail.
those pumas back
Yeah.
in the day, like in the 90s? Those fucking red pumas? That's ancient.
No, I'm talking,
You're talking about the ancients.
I'm talking about 17,000 BC.
Oh.
Why would you
Okay.
talk
snap.
about that?
Before this is basically Atlantis style when they had Wi-Fi.
Right.
When they were getting
Back then,
when they were
when they
Oh, I
had
see.
ancient golden technology that were energy sources that would
Ancient
fuel
golden
their
technology.
consciousness. And well, what they did is you wonder why they were so advanced back then, because they respected the elders. The elders got their own crib, they got their own little kind of house.
Servant.
And they would all servants and everything. They had interns back then.
the ancient intern,
And the ancient intern.
the caveman intern.
I feel like that was
mean,
my past
going
life.
and get-
Yeah, 100%. You're like counting rocks, but you don't know numbers.
But we have lost that. We think that we put all of our wisdom. We worship celebrities that are 19, 22 years old.
Right.
Who's our gods now? Our gods
Ariana
are
Grande.
fucking, exactly.
Taylor Swift.
What does she know? She has no fucking.
And she's a
wisdom.
home wrecker, by the way. I didn't want to get into it, but yeah.
And
She's
what's
dating
funny
SpongeBob
is-
from Broadway. Good God.
I thought you were gonna say she was a hoe.
No, dude, I don't use that type of language when I would discuss. It makes me sick that you would even use that HO word on this shit.
Yeah. Keep
If I did a
talking about it.
crusade against the word
Oh.
oh,
You should.
did like infographics, like I'm not like ever posting about anything political at all, and I'm posting like hella infographics that I designed about not using the word hoe. Please. But yeah, I mean, we used to treat the elders right.
Well,
and
they
then
used
when
to
did
build
it turn? When did
sarcophagi for 'em.
what's that?
We used to build sarcophagi. We used to build
I know,
ancient
we did.
pyramids. We don't
Yeah,
even
but we used to
respect
build
death
whole-
anymore. What do you want to do? Oh, let's just burn them. Let's burn them into ash and put them on
Right.
top of, right next to our fucking giant Hershey Kiss bottle from Hershey Park, fucking Pennsylvania, and put it on the fireplace that we never look at. Makes me sick.
Cremation is a
When my
sin.
grandparents
I know.
died, guess what?
We haven't talked about that yet, but cremation is a fucking capital.
Of course it is.
Cardinal sin.
Of course it is. Because what is hell? It's that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you get.
Okay.
How do you
So
want to
I
be
put-
buried, Nate? How do you want to go? How do you want to be?
How do you want to
Put
be burned alive?
to
Nate?
rest.
Yeah. Nate, you look like you're in
I want to
Dune
be
right
just
now.
I want to be in a cemetery, but just like sprawled out, like just my body's like the first like just above ground, no casket, just kind of just let.
You just
want to
be tossed over there?
Yeah, I just want to be like just.
Just fresh off the hospital bed, just let them sling him out.
We're in like Times Square.
If you
just my
were
body
buried in a way where it's
decaying.
like they put you in the fucking Tempur-Pedic bed in the mausoleum but you can still see through the glass, and they kind of formaldehyde you out, and you're gripping it in the bed. You know, I'm talking about gripping it with your lip bit like that, and you're looking at all the people looking in. Oh shit!
Oh, that's a great idea. Stuff me like a fucking.
And you're playing
like one
V's
of
from the
them.
6 over
Yeah.
the loudspeaker.
all day long,
Cemetery.
forever.
Oh, you do it perfectly so it doesn't need any power. It's like perfectly the sound waves of the song are bouncing off of the sarcophagus perfectly, so you can put your ear up to it and you can hear.
Oh shit!
Is that? Hear some Drake or something.
Nobody else is this creative.
Really,
It's really
I
crazy.
know.
People
that
are so
I
stuck
know.
in their
Maybe there's a
ways. They're
secret
sheep.
society. Yeah.
They're sheep.
Can somebody who works in a corporate environment? I know we have some C-level executives.
Oh yeah. C-suite.
That listen to this. C-suite executives. Get us up in some sort of what word am I looking for? What's a brainstorming?
Think tank.
A think tank, yeah. Get us up in a fucking corporate think tank, and we will change your whole fucking business structure.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, 99% of the things we say, you'll laugh at. You'll say, haha, we could never do that, even though they would change the fundamental structure and profit variabilities of your business.
You know who they laughed
But-
at too?
Who?
Mr.
Michael
Nikolai
Jordan.
Tesla.
Oh, you're talking about the king
Remember
of
him?
electricity.
David Bowie played him in The Prestige.
What?
Oh, shit, Nick.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That movie's awesome. Well, look at
His
Jake
brain
Dillon
was too
Shane.
powerful for the 1800s.
Why did he figure out so much shit? What was he
Why?
sipping on?
What was he sipping? He was sipping on.
He was Canadian, right?
Was he?
Was he really?
I don't know.
No,
I
I
thought
don't
he
believe he
was.
was. He had some crazy accent in the movie, which is where I get
Okay.
most
Have
of
you
my
heard
info
this
from.
conspiracy theory
What?
of the book that in the 1800s that was like predicts Trump? You guys had to have heard
That is such a lame ass prediction. In 2016, a evil orange-haired villain will become. You know what I'm saying? You predicted Trump. Boring.
But this was the whole conspiracy. If you're not aware of it, there's a book that was published in the 1800s, and it specifically names Trump. It was like a golden-haired, like it pretty much kind of like describes Trump as he
An
is today.
orange-handed.
Yeah, something like that. And then, but it says like Barron, like he has a son named Barron, and then there's like a guy named Pence in it. And, and then this
yes,
is the
I heard
theory.
about this crazy book.
This is the theory that Nikola Tesla, his patents were given to Trump's like uncle or something like that,
Oh.
or great uncle who worked at MIT.
Oh,
And he had like, you know how the government like took away all his patents.
yeah, I knew that.
So
Of
he
course.
took Trump's great uncle took all the patents for time travel, okay, and then he went back and forward in time or something like that and got this information.
forward
and
in
wrote
time?
some crazy fiction novel.
Yeah. To the future.
So how could you not believe
We
that?
need-
And you deny all of these conspiracy theories?
Who you're
That
saying that
actually
to
makes
me?
perfect
No, I don't
sense.
deny that.
Because how else could Hillary Clinton ever lose an election? Only with interdimensional interference
exactly.
is through this.
Something very
Now I
mysterious.
see.
The moment she lost, I was like, "This is not right. This is not as it should be. This is fucking.
Yeah.
This is wrong.
This is not
These
correct.
bloodlines
This is-
need to be stopped because what I'm noticing is it's bloodlines.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're talking.
And we think we live in a democracy, but actually we live in the most fucking nepotistical.
You just saw me wake up.
Yeah, I
right?
did see
When
your
you
Well,
ass
here's what we
wake
need
up.
to
I just-
do. Do yourself a favor. Let's
Hello.
all do this. Let's get let's get a syringe full of what's it called when you make somebody not able to have kids? Fertilization powder. Get that a syringe full of that in your hand and go and sign up for a meet and greet with Barron Trump.
Yeah.
Then shake his hand as hard as you can for 8 to 10, 12 seconds until you know that the injection has entered his palm. And then that's all
yeah, we had
gets.
this kind
No
of
idea.
celebrity injection idea last time, but now you're using it to end him and the bloodline.
No, that's the first time I've ever said that exact idea. I'm pretty sure.
Did you guys know that Nikola Tesla
Nicholas?
invented wireless power in the 1800s?
He
And we're
did.
still-
What's all this shit? And I'm still fucking tangled up in 17 fucking wires.
There's
Yeah,
a conspiracy
and-
going around. People, whoever's making the cords, I think, has a very vested interest in not making sure wireless power never comes to be. So I would say look toward the
Yeah.
cord makers. Look toward the wire makers.
Well, do
And
you think that
who's at the top of theirs? Because
twist.
they're preventing us from having a wireless society.
But why?
Right?
Eric? But then take another deeper question and say why.
I'm,
Is it
I'm
because
tired,
of the
man.
radio
I'm
waves?
tired of having to go this deep.
Well, then you don't just sit back. It'll make you less tired. That's what's funny is you'll stop being so tired when you just accept the truth because you're working so hard to fabricate and fabricate and fabricate and deal and deal and deal. But maybe
right.
they're protecting you. Maybe the wireless world is a world where all of a sudden you're going to be... The radio waves that would be going around your whole head right now would make your head pop probably in an instant. If every single microwave was wireless, if every single phone charger was just, oh, I'm just going to wave it really fast through the air because all the phone charging particles are in the air. Your head would turn into a roasted marshmallow within 5 seconds, and I'd be there to eat it because all my shit would still be wired. Okay?
Well, you guys must not have seen this film. I think it was called like Once Upon a Time. Or I actually don't
Hollywood?
remember what it was.
I've seen every single
No.
Tarantino movie.
No, it was by the dude who made Mad Max. Okay, and this was a big flop in the box office. Came out like 2 years ago, maybe, starring Idris Elba.
Okay.
Right,
Good.
and he plays
Stringer
a genie. Okay, and at the
Okay.
very end of the film, he's in our world. Okay, he's not in the ancient world or anything. He's in the modern day world, a genie. And he has to anyways, this really stuck with me, but he, in his head, you kind of go into like his point of view, and because of all the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, whatever, all of the wavelengths, microwaves going on all day long, he hears and it kind of drives him fucking crazy, but he has to be in this world. And I think, how many goddamn coyotes are feeling this way that we have, because animals
dude.
don't show
Oh,
pain
right.
like we do.
Right.
You
Well,
can't.
that's why the
we
birds
can't
are killing
quite know.
themselves en masse. Yeah.
Well, the whales are fighting back, right?
Yeah, we saw that.
Say
We saw
what?
that last summer. They
The
tried fighting back
whales are
against
fighting
me.
back,
Wrong
Nate.
move.
Because we've filled our ocean with microplastics, which is what we're also filling our hearts and our own bloodstreams. But we're filling the oceans with trash, as I've shown you guys multiple times with my favorite documentaries. But what we're
Right,
also
stop
doing,
showing us those.
like, all right, yo, come over, guys. Like, please, no snacks, no fucking nothing to drink. Can't even give you water, but you have to watch this 4-hour documentary. But we're drilling into the fucking earth to get oil to power our fucking SUVs. You know how loud that shit is underwater. We got the cruise ships carrying our overweight adults. Not that that's a problem, but I'm overweight. It's carrying us across the oceans for entertainment
adult.
as we drink ourselves to death and ignore the global climate crisis. And you know how those fucking propellers sound underwater? We are driving the fish and the whales mad.
Do
And we
fish
don't
have
even
ears?
understand how intelligent they are. We're torturing these beasts. And they're going to come and get our ass. I just know this.
and
Well-
the aliens are down there, correct?
Oh,
That's
the
what-
aliens
are
have their own type
aliens.
of fort down there. Yeah, of course they do.
Well,
They
here's where we're
manufacture
fucking
their
up, and
ships.
this is where we're fucking up too, because guess what?
What?
A microplastic is harmless, right? It's a one microplastic. Sure,
That's
it's bad
what
for
they
your
say to
bloodstream,
us.
whatever.
Yes.
Okay, so now, what happens when you get 10 billion microplastics and you put them together at the bottom of the ocean? Now it's
Right.
called a macroplastic or just plastic. Okay.
Right.
Then what? You get the smart enough fish culture and you keep giving them resources, keep feeding them those resources. See if they
Yeah.
don't build a motherfucking death ray. Okay? What are we throwing
giant
down
fucking
there?
gun.
The fish could build a subatomic nuclear ship. You know what I'm saying? And go
Holy
drive it around. We're
shit.
so worried about Russia. We're worried about this and that. Meanwhile, dolphins are out here using the fucking lobsters as
Right.
fucking nuclear robotic
If we
slaves to
fought
go
a
build
war
the end of the
against
world
all
bomb.
aquatic creatures,
Oh,
I would be the first one to man up that fucking that turret, dude. I would be fucking
This
lighting their asses up.
destroying the fucking lobsters.
Oh, you'd be lighting up,
Lighting up the
lobsters. And I'd be
blowfish.
there with the butter. I'd be there with the butter and the boiling water to catch
You
them.
know, you know what's pathetic? How I was just thinking. I'm trying to name a fish. All I know is fucking river fish. I don't know the ocean fish. Yeah, I know
Name a
trout.
couple river fish.
Yeah, I know salmon. Yeah, I
Bass,
know.
perch, walleye.
Yeah, but
Salmon are out there.
those all live in our American lakes and in our
Well,
rivers.
I don't give a fuck.
What about
you
the
know what I
ocean?
give a fuck
Tuna.
about fresh water, dude.
Huh?
Which we're gonna be discussing freshwater versus saltwater.
Stay away from fresh water.
Poach that
Yeah.
discussion.
It's funny that
but
they say
here we
fresh
are.
water is the best, even though that's where the brain-eating amoebas live.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in that. Why do they say it's the best?
Yeah, that's what they're
What do
trying
you
to
mean
say.
by that? It's really
You know what I saw
yeah,
recently
pretty.
is a dog. Like, you know how we can't just go up to like a puddle and just drink out of it, like we'd fucking die.
That's what
right?
they
Well,
tell
without a
you
life
that
straw.
you can't.
Yeah, sure. We know. Yeah, we're familiar with that narrative. Go on.
But due to your experiments of just putting a straw in puddles, different puddles, you're
Well, just
finding
yeah, the-
different
yeah.
results.
Well,
I
your
just
teeth
saw a
are
dog-
filters if you swish it around. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I saw a dog just really slurp up the most disgusting puddle I've ever seen in my life, and I was like,
Yep.
And you know
This
what?
dog-
He's probably fucking
how is-
fine.
It probably is, but you know your ass would have fucking the craziest diarrhea of your life if you sipped up any pond, any fucking lake nearby. You went to the Hudson River, okay?
Yeah.
That's New York specific. Okay.
Nice.
If
Yeah.
you went in there and took a cupful of that shit and chugged it,
So here's where I'm going
You
to
know
tie
what,
it
Nate? I'll
back
tell
all
you this.
together.
Follow the white rabbit. You know what I'm saying? You've been told that these are things that will
Oh.
poison you. And you
Eric's
can't
got
break the
smoke.
rules.
Eric
However-
lit some Palo Santo.
that's the most pathetic looking policy.
Yeah, this is the most like little ass stick of Palo Santo.
Oh, you think that's pathetic? Come on, we've been waiting
Whip
for
out
you.
the ancient herbs,
Yeah,
everybody.
The ancient
you got some
herbs
Palo-
and sticks.
You got the roach clip, the fucking that shit, dude. That
I got the
that's
motherfucker-
crazy. That's
I got
not
the
doing
Palo
anything.
Santo
man.
roach.
Damn. A forest fire of all Palo Santo. Fucking.
Oh my god. Okay, so here's the thing.
Cleanse every atrocity that happened on that land. That's what we need to do.
Is a couple of things, Nate, to take it back to this. A, is diarrhea bad for you, or are you getting toxins out of your body that you could never have imagined? That's why it's so violent. Okay,
Reframe your perspective.
Wow.
Reframe your reality, break the frame, and accept that the painting actually expands the whole universe. Okay, there's no such thing as a frame.
Oh.
Yeah. The next thing.
That's right.
Is- That's right. Joy tactics. The next thing is, what was I going to say?
Tactics.
The next
Oh,
thing is
yeah.
about old people. Oh yeah, to take it back to old people,
All right,
elders
let's bring
as we
it
call
back.
them. Okay. Well,
Old people is derogatory now.
And can
by
I
the
also
way.
say the amount of people who said good job for sticking to the topic on the Cars episode? It almost hurt my feelings. It felt like almost insulting to see people
Well,
complimenting.
it's not.
us that
That's
hard.
not. That's not hard to do.
Right
Yeah.
now,
Oh,
for us,
hey.
it's really easy to stick to a topic, but we like to go off on different tangents.
how would you like it if we did this? Oh wow, it's been 34 minutes. Good job. Good job for listening this long. You fucking
Right,
so used
right,
to TikToks, right?
exactly.
Wow, you finally did it. You finally listened to something that was 30 minutes long instead of just watching TikTok clips of fucking jelly beans over and over again, bitch.
We're giving the listeners too much power.
I think we
because
are.
we're referencing them. We are. I think we need to disengage from our audience completely.
Let's scare them for a
and
second.
Not like any
Yeah.
more. There's no more likes on. No more responding to any comments.
No.
This is this. There,
And no more fucking. I've been zelling about 45 of you all. I'm trying to hit you with rent and utilities shit because the stories that you told me. And at this point, I feel almost taken advantage of. Okay, and it's getting to a breaking point.
Those are all me,
Okay.
like with different
yeah.
Gmail
And it's like
accounts that
all
are so
sexy
obvious.
girl, like just all clearly you, like AI.
Yeah.
Oh, but we did meet
Okay.
the creator of the Joy Tactics subreddit. So shout out to.
Oh yeah, that
to
was
him.
awesome. Shout out to that
In
Seattle individual.
Okay, Jack, I
Seattle-based
interrupted you. I'm
individual.
so sorry. Go back
Yeah,
to that.
sorry.
It's literally not even a problem because my thoughts are so just right on deck. So what I was saying was, oh yeah, so the dog eats the puddle, right?
Right.
And you think,
Remember that.
this is
yes.
so bad, or drinks rather. Okay, so then to take it all the way back,
So
to the
we're
old
so-
people.
Okay. Yes.
Stop. To take it all the way back to the old people eating food. Okay?
Mhm.
Eric's Nan, 93,
Nana.
eating fucking Doritos every day. Okay? My grandma, 96, and then she passed in a wickedly violent way. She was eating spaghetti and meatballs every single night, drinking root beer every single day. And she
Ooh,
did a
root beer is so good.
triathlon. I think it was must have been her 95th birthday or something.
And Jack, I
She
gotta
did a
tell you, I don't think
triathlon.
your grandma at 96 did a triathlon.
I have photos of it, dummy.
A triathlon?
Do you want to know what it consisted of?
Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
I guess she went for a walk and then got into the pool and did some
Drank
pool
a glass
exercises.
of water, and then stared at a bike.
No, chill. Then she got on what do they call it? Like
stationary bike.
Yeah, a stationary bike. And there's a picture of her on a stationary bike with a bunch of people kind of.
All right, that's impressive. That's impressive in its own
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace to her. But this is all I'm saying is the dogs that are eating shit water. Maybe there's a reason they live so long, man. That's all I gotta say.
I know.
Okay. You look at a dog and you think, oh, they die early though. Don't they live less long than us? Okay, but maybe they were
I
actually
want to
would
know what
only
them
live to be
turtles are
two.
eating and drinking.
Oh, they're mostly
turtle.
getting straws up their nose. You remember those videos where they have to pull the plastic straws out of their nose with a plier?
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
that
no.
happened to me.
That's what we're doing to these beautiful creatures.
I saw
Well,
a melted turtle in
Jesus.
Prospect Park. A turtle that had been disintegrated into jelly.
Well, that's a
Melted
natural way
turtle?
that they leave us.
Yeah.
That's how they go naturally.
Yeah, they jello.
Can I say this about okay, on the flip side of not doing what you're told to live longer, you know what I mean? Like my nan is eating Dutch baby pancakes, whatever, breaking all the rules, and yet she's older. I do feel like when people that we know that are our age pass away, I always have to justify it in my mind. And this is so brutal. This is just
Why?
Because I have to think oh, they got that horrible disease and passed away. Well, it's because they did this or that, and actually I'm not that way.
Karmically,
You
you're
know what I
saying.
mean?
You're saying karmically?
No, not karmically, but just lifestyle wise. Even though I probably have one of the worst lifestyles out of anybody in our generation, I somehow justify it in my mind to think oh well, there's a reason why they got. But really, there's no rhyme or reason to being alive and staying alive. So much of this is luck and genetics. And if the studies that we were talking about on COVID are true, Jack, our generation is a ticking time bomb. Okay, and we're not even gonna make it to our fucking 50s. So just enjoy it. We're not gonna get the pleasure of gray hair and failing bodies because it's just gonna hit us really quick. So everybody listening that's in their late 20s and 30s, live it up right now because we don't got as long as we think. Okay? The AI doctors and formulas and calculations are not going to save us.
Let us be a guiding light for you, okay? In the face of darkness and evil, what do you do? Do you cower? Do you hide? No. You fucking live it up in the craziest way.
Mm-hmm.
Go start a podcast today, man. Today. Go rent a Dodge Charger and
Yeah.
driving
Oh,
around
that's
with
what
2
we got
hours
in
of sleep
Seattle,
around
Nate.
Seattle. Okay,
We didn't
live
show
life
you a picture
crazy.
because we didn't
Have
make you
Palo,
too jealous,
buy
man.
Palo Santo.
Yeah.
Nate,
You got a Dodge Charger.
yeah, we
What
did
was
get
the?
it back.
Did you request that or was
Nah,
that
the
like
guy
an
just hooked it
option?
up at the fucking Enterprise because
He took
because
one look at
we're comedians.
He said, "Oh, comedians, you mean modern day philosophical rock stars? You mean you need?" This is what my girlfriend said yesterday. She called us missionaries of laughter
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
that,
because I said
And
we're
we're going
kind
to
of
the
going around the
neglected
country.
theaters. Right, we're going to the smaller
We're going to
places
neglected
where-
theaters. We're not doing this for money. We're not doing this for personal gain. Nothing is
Nah,
coming from this
nah.
whatsoever. But guess what? We're doing it for the larger cause.
We're evangelizing the atheists, essentially.
We're doing what do they call it? When the Spanish people came over. What was that? Oh, those
Yeah.
are bad.
Colonizing.
No, those are bad.
That's not
No, no,
good.
yeah.
No. We're
Wait,
the-
so who's the most baddest old person you can think of that you are legit thinking like, God damn, they're a bit older, but yep, I still like it like that.
Jim
Oh
Carrey.
shit. Oh, you know who?
Who?
Oh shit.
Mirren?
Martha Stewart.
Oh, and you know I saw her in person, right?
Really?
In Vegas. She was opening her new restaurant, and I walked on by, and there she was, flawless, beautiful.
I'm not kidding you. I am like very attracted to Martha Stewart.
All right, chill, man.
Sheesh.
Now,
Damn.
let me Google image Martha Stewart real quick.
You don't got a picture in your mind?
Nope.
Man, you know who
I
you know
know
who
that
I had
about me by
a
now.
crazy ass crush upon?
Dr.
Who?
Phil.
Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray.
Oh shit.
Good golly.
Oh my gosh.
I remember I had my friend's dad was like kind of drunk. he was like maybe borderline wasted, I would say.
Yeah.
And he said to us, I had to have been like 9 or 10, 11 years old. He was like, "Man, I would fuck the shit out of Rachel Ray." Like he was like talking about it.
Oh,
And
no.
and you were so Christian. Did you think like this guy's the most evil man to ever exist, or you're like respect?
It was he was actually kind of frightening to me, but he also like at this same age like would come up to me and be like, "Dude, pulled me aside, just me and him," and he was like, "I got some rubbers for you if you ever need them." Like,
Oh.
like,
At like 10
He's
years
like-
old.
like, dude, I'm clearly like,
That is such a good move, Nate.
Did you
you
dap
have
it-
to
did you
start
dap
walking
him
around
up?
with giving rubbers.
I literally was like, that is like, I respected the hell out of him for offering it to me, But,
Did you
like,
tell him
I couldn't
appreciate
have-
you? Appreciate you, dog.
Him, like, I don't know if he, like, it was like, dude, me and his son, like, my friend, were like, couldn't have been more of losers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, even if we were,
Yeah.
like,
Nate.
it's just like, read the room, man.
Can I pitch you on another stand-up bit for you?
Please.
You gotta put a condom on the mic and go, yeah, that's how I'm about to fuck this shit out of this fucking microphone or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Put a condom on the mic
That's
before you
incredible,
set.
dude.
I'm about to blow
Hold up,
the
1
back out of
second.
this fucking 10-minute spot.
Sorry, one
And
second.
I put the mic where my dick would be, and I kind of
Hey.
put it on like that, and I
Hey.
start like pumping the stool for 20 minutes.
You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it.
And then I take the condom off and slap some fucking front row person. You shouldn't have come to the front row of a comedy show.
Oh, we gotta do it. Did we talk about starting to do it Bam Margera style at these live shows, even though nobody's coming to them, where we kind of shave people's head and smack the shit out of them, punch them in the nuts,
Oh,
and
like do the flour,
tattoo them.
pour flour all over them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
People
that's how we
need-
gotta.
I mean,
the Joy Tactics live shows should be real ruthless.
yeah.
Speaking of being a loser, when we were in Seattle, I saw a bunch of friends that I grew up with, and
Calling them losers.
no, we weren't. Well, I was a loser, but my friend Nick was reminding me about the way that I was when I was about 11, and I wasn't remembering any of this shit. And he told me that I was obsessed with hydraulics on cars.
Who wasn't, man? Of
And
course.
apparently, I'd
Makes
be like,
sense.
That was the good old days.
And I'm realizing now Yeah, I still want fucking hydraulics. I want to lift my fucking
Right.
Mazda 3, get that fucking lifted suspension, go up and down. Oh, shit.
I love how hydraulics, like, yeah, there's like the smooth ones that bounce, but then there's some that kind of like take a second where it's like
The jerky.
the front goes up and then the back goes up.
Oh, Nate, we
Yeah,
saw the type of car that you fucking need in LA. You need a 2009 fucking Cadillac.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Uh-huh.
Can you guys hear this? There's like, my neighbor has like, the water system is just blaring behind me.
I
He's
knew
got
it was
the
a
water
water
system. What's he blasting in the water system? Little Kim?
Just FYI, if you hear something,
Oh, I can't hear
No,
it.
can't hear you.
some water type sound.
No, that's probably
Oh,
soothing
can I
for
say
the listener.
something?
What?
Can I ask y'all something actually? Or am I having a fucking stroke? If you Google Martha Stewart, if you Google image her, is just about every single picture of her with Snoop Dogg? What is
Yeah, that's
happening?
her friend. If you paid attention to basically the top.
Why is she with Snoop Dogg
media
every
stars.
single picture? Why is
They're
is that
friends.
really? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is that a
Mhm. Yeah, they kind of
And
have
people
a connection
love to
that
talk about that.
an unlikely connection.
well?
What's so?
for
You know
me
what I
who
want to
doesn't
ask
know that,
everybody?
it's
What's
very
so
funny.
unlikely about that? Really assess what you mean when you say that's so weird
Well,
that they're
he's from the-
friends. Really? Because in
from
all
the
the
West
novels that I
Coast.
write, everybody across all races and genders are best friends. And
I mean, you keep on talking about these novels, and yet there's nothing has been released. There's no there. I mean, at some point you got to put out. If you call yourself a novelist, you have to put out a novel. I just have to
They're-
give you some tough love right
dude,
now, dude.
they're fucking time released. Okay, so when I pass away, that's when they've all fucking hit the shelves. That's when Barnes and Noble they want to release them now,
They're all
but
40 pages each.
I just don't want to.
Oh,
put
you
that
have a
shit
kill
out
switch or whatever.
and it's basically a kill switch, and I don't want people's perspective of me. I don't want to be this all of a sudden this like highly regarded intellectual type of guy, which I am. I want to be still seen as the guy, the down to earth type of like just podcaster, like
Yeah,
successful
comedian.
comedian. And after I die, then you get to see the real shit. But I peek behind the curtain, and then
Oh,
that money
okay.
all goes to my
Sorry.
fucking adopted family.
Are you gonna have a
Old
crazy
people.
like foster care like?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Like,
the
get
most.
into-
People will want to be in foster care the way I'm gonna be fucking doing it. You know what I'm saying? The type of drinks that I'll be making, the type of peanut butter jelly sandwiches, the type of movies that you
Cocktails,
watch.
Bloody Mary.
alcoholic cocktails for children, peanut butter sandwiches are like the only
Mm-hmm.
things in the house.
People are gonna want to leave their parents and fucking come to my halfway home.
Negronis and peanut butter sandwiches. Jack, I feel like you would have a fucking bussin' foster care system going down. I feel like you could take care of a group of children that
Jack would
aren't
go Ruby
biologically
Frank
yours.
mode on them. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
You haven't heard about this horrible YouTuber?
Oh man.
She's got sentenced to 60 years in jail for what she did to these kids.
And what happened?
What'd she do?
Well, she made a YouTube channel about being a amazing mother, and as it turns out, she wasn't even feeding them that much.
Did she have like children for YouTube clout?
Yeah,
kind
100%.
of thing?
These people will
I think I
How
heard
many
about
kids?
this.
14. Some I don't know, maybe
Wow.
6.
That's fine. I'm down with like not the not feeding kids, but like having a kid for
YouTube.
views and
Yeah.
YouTube. Like go for
Oh,
it. You know, what
I'd
I'm
be
saying?
reverse feeding, not feeding them. I'd be making them do fucking mukbangs every single
Eating
day.
challenges.
Good morning, it's 5 a.m. Go now.
Really,
I just
like
got
the most spiciest instant ramen.
It's called chores. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people
Right.
have responsibilities and families, and it's like
And yeah,
back in the day, if you had a corner shop, you'd come in. There would be a 8-year-old
Right.
kid sweeping up and helping out, and making pulled pork sandwiches, that type of shit.
Breakdancing.
Now, we're gonna have you on the fucking Twitch streaming,
Yep.
mukbanging.
Why do
contributing
I
to the
get
business?
Why do I get, not to be pro Ruby Frank in any type of way, but why do I get the vibe that kids aren't even doing chores anymore? Why do I get the vibe that they have a little too easy, and when real life comes around the corner and they have to start their own podcast and they have to start flying around the country to go to half sold out shows, they're not even going to be able to handle that shit because adulthood's going to smack them across the face. Okay?
Because, man, kids are too soft these days.
We should have an adversity boot camp training.
Yeah, where we get to do like role playing of like a tough childhood.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
we went through it in our suburbs.
We give them
where
chores.
I'm
We
from.
make them mow the lawn. We give them newspaper routes, and we also prepare them for violent warfare. So they're gonna be. I mean, there's gonna be two groups of kids of these. You know, what is the generation that's after Gen Z, Gen Alpha,
Gen A.
Gen A.
Gen
okay,
Alpha.
we need to fucking. There's gonna be two groups. You're
I
either gonna
love
be
you, Gen A.
the fucking iPad kid, that ADHD. Oh, I can't fucking. Or you're gonna be in the adversity boot camp training master's program graduate.
You can fucking
And you're gonna
clean.
be ready
And
for
you
shit.
can fucking clean and fucking service a M1 Garand rifle like no one else can. I mean, like with a blindfold on. And guess what? When the fucking cyber attack comes and it disables all the technological guns, we're going back to the M1 Garand. We're going back to the classic rifles that they used back in the fucking day that are made of wood and
that
metal.
ain't gonna be a problem for us.
How it should be.
for our troop.
Well, that's how I train every day.
Analog.
All I'm
troops.
using is the baton.
And
or
by
whatever
the
it's
way,
called.
to the patrons, who has the gun? We've lost complete contact with the person that has. There's one gun for all the patrons, and we have completely
It's like the Sisterhood of the
lost
Traveling
contact with
Pants.
it.
Where is it?
You're supposed to mail
The
that
email
back, send a
to it,
picture of
but
yourself.
The email
Own
that
up
you
to
gave
it.
us, it no longer, it bounces back. It just seems like you signed up to get this gun, and it feels like that you just deleted your patron account and now you just have the gun, and all of us are waiting for it, and there's a wait list, and people are messaging me, where's the fucking gun? I signed up for this shit. And it was supposed to be a shared gun between all of us in the community. And I feel like people are, and we trusted you guys.
I know.
That's what's fucked
And
up.
this is a-
we trusted you to fucking this was an honor system, and now we can't, and now I feel like we can't trust our patrons anymore, and you ruined it. You're the fucking person with the bomb in the shoe, and now we have to take off our shoe in TSA because of you. So thanks, man.
And this is kind of a millennial phrase. You know, I fucking hate it when my fucking boss at the deli would say this, but this is why we can't have nice things. You know what I'm saying?
This is why we can't have
If
guns.
someone says that shit to me for real, if someone makes that joke, you're out of my life. You can't say that phrase and stay in my life.
In me, I'm kind of more accepting, and I don't.
Yeah,
That's why
that wouldn't even bother me.
you
if
have an
somebody said it to
unnatural
me.
tendency to surround yourself with losers. What did Kat
Well,
say?
what's funny is I do too. Oh, that's funny. I do too, but what's funny is I take losers and I turn them into princes, and then I go get them to sell my products. Do you understand? So if somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, man, today, how's the weather up there?" or something, height-wise joke, or what was the phrase that we were just talking about 10 seconds ago? Eric, you said
One
you'd
that
never
Eric
This
said
is why
it.
we can't have nice things.
Okay, if somebody comes up to me and says, "This is why we can't have nice things," I go, "Come with me for a second." I sit them down. I have them open page 1 of Jack's Incredible World of Phrases, and I go, turn them to the chapter about the topic of this is why we can't have nice things alternatives, basically, and I just open their mind. Because that's an individual that is an asset. You see individuals who are scarred, who are tortured, who've had rough pasts, and you say, "Get them away from me, they're losers." I bring them in, man, because I like to send snakes into snake pits. Okay, don't send a sheep; they'll get eaten alive.
And then you turn them into salesmen.
And then I turn them into businesses for my for my thought camp. Because if you
Your
have
high velocity
if you have
sales
college
training
debt, by
is
the
just-
way, no, listen to me now. If you have college debt, go ahead, send me an email, and I have a cruise ship that we can all go on. It's really fun, and by the end, you're gonna have zero college debt. It's just a great opportunity.
We need to do the Joy Tactics cruise, but it's clearly like an old ass fucking salvage ship from the 1950s that can seat about 18 people. It's fucking leaky. You got to fucking bucket out water every second. The food's all fucking boiled omelets.
Everyone has to sleep on the floor
Yeah.
except for us.
Yeah. I want to go on a jungle cruise so bad. You know how that movie Jungle Cruise? It's one of the
Uh-huh.
What
best
is
movies.
it like? A jungle. What is a jungle cruise?
It's a
where you
cruise
go on the
through
river?
the jungle, through the river.
Just like the river.
Yeah, dude, but you never. It's like whitewater. Oh, bro, let's go whitewater rafting too.
Oh. I legit
Eric,
would love.
I have
to
a
do
feing
that.
you would die.
How hilarious
say
that you would say
something?
that because
Because
I've
what's
already done
funny
it
is-
twice with my youth group, bitch. And I
Okay,
was the
you're not
fucking
young
guy, the
anymore,
river guide
okay?
said I was one of the most talented.
Yeah,
and
you're not that young guy anymore, man.
You're not. And I think let's go do these things, man. Okay? Let's
Why
go
is it-
sprint for
can I-
5 seconds and see if your leg snaps in half.
Why is it
Let's go to
fucking me
Longyearbyen
that
and
has
see
to
if you have a
suggest
panic
everything?
attack because the sun won't set.
We should start a podcast. Oh, okay, guys, let's do it. Yeah, that was my ass. We should go to fucking Longyearbyen. No, dude, it's not worth it. It's gonna be fucking lame as hell. Really? We should go do this and this.
Eric.
I'm always like, yo, let's go do this. Why do I never get ideas from you guys? Why do I always have to come with the idea? It's becoming exhausting for me. And I'm fucking getting weary and tired. And all of a sudden, you guys are going to be like, man, last few months have been pretty boring. Well, that's because I fucking stopped trying. Because I can't anymore. And it
Well,
hurts
Eric.
physically.
The cold hard truth, man. The cold hard truth is we have a lot of other things going on in our lives. It's not all the podcast for us, okay? We can't take 6
Yeah.
months off to go do a nuclear winter in the northern
It's a polar winter,
Aurora
dude.
Borealis.
And it'll change your perspective on being alive.
I don't want to change my perspective on being alive. I am perfect right now. My gratefulness every single day is radiating out of my fucking body. My life is so good. My room is clean. My sleep is good. My blood pressure's on point. Checked it this morning, looking great.
What was the
And
reading?
Is
128?
133 over 80 or something.
Bro, that's nothing. That's great.
That's chill. That's when you wake up in the morning. That's the perfect blood pressure to have. Duh.
Why do I bet you my ass is at 50 over 20? Fucking
50 over 20.
clean.
Probably is realistically.
Well.
I'm excited to eat food today. Oh,
I
should
know,
we talk
me
about
too.
what gave
I'm
us
gonna go see
joy?
Dune 2 with my dad and my brother. Told
You're
you
gonna
guys that
get
already.
a blue slushy, a blue icy, polar icy.
Are you gonna get the dune bucket?
Oh, is that? Oh.
You and your family all get the dune bucket together.
Mhm. We eat. I'm kind of hitting it hard enough to where we each get our own Dune bucket. The sandworm
Oh, you're
pop
rich.
bucket.
On me.
On me, guys.
Oh,
Nah, but I'm about to go have
the
it's a
Dune
beautiful
banh mi
day here in New
sandwiches.
York. It's 60
It's 50
degrees
It's
outside.
probably 60 degrees out.
LA fucking
March.
And it's
dude,
Sunday.
Why do you fucking live there, man? It's so pathetic. That town is so over.
And you're not even grateful. Isn't that
Yeah.
interesting? Nate, you're not even grateful, even though the weather's better there. Look at you,
Right.
biatch. You're dressed like a motherfucking shy guy. Meanwhile, me and Eric, we're out. Oh, it's finally, we're ready to go out and party. Nate,
Well, you
move to
guys
New
just
York.
don't. I express gratitude in ways that are different than you guys do.
Jerking
It's
it?
kind of a non-traditional gratitude.
Oh, you do those through the movement poems that you've been recording.
Exactly. Exactly.
The silent
Which I'm
movement
getting
poems.
radio silence on when in the text thread.
Hey man, loved your improv show. Just thought I'd send you this video to show you how much I appreciate it.
Fully naked, fully hard, doing movement poetry.
And at the end, I say, "I got a bunch."
McLovin.
Okay. We got to say
All
what
right.
Can I
gave
say
us
what gave me joy?
Huh?
Yeah, of course you can.
Because
It
mine
better not be music related.
Mine was quite
Say it
amazing
now,
this
Nate.
week.
Do it.
So I'm walking next to my apartment, about to go for a walk,
Brag.
and I see a line of very hippily dressed people down the block going into the laundromat that I use on a, bi-weekly basis. And I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of TikToker or some fucking, is Addison Rae doing some fucking meet and greet at my laundromat? And then I look on the front, and whose like pop-up is it? Fay Webster, one of my favorite artists.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, as I see that, somebody comes out, and guess who it is? A joy tactician.
John Coombs.
Hey, yo,
And
Nate. John
good friend.
Coombs comes out. Shout out to him. we meet. What an amazing guy. Shout out to John. Lovely chatting with him. And he said, come on your way back from the walk. Guess what he hooked my ass up with?
Boing.
The LP.
A record, a full LP of Fay Webster's new album, Undressed.
And he signed it himself.
And you don't
He's-
got a
and
record
he
player, so
signed
you're gonna
it.
nail that to the wall. Put the nail right through the middle of the record.
Crack the drywall. But dude, the album is so fucking good. It was just like
good.
I was like, what the fuck? This is my laundromat, and then Fay Webster's right where I do laundry. Like that's
I
crazy.
haven't
LA is
listened to Fay
crazy.
Webster.
Oh
Never
my
ever.
god, she
Never
is
ever.
Listen to the new
so
album. It's fun.
fucking
It's
good,
It's very fun.
I gotta check it out
It's
because
good.
I love music too.
I saw
I know
her
you
live.
do.
You know that.
I know you were
Did
posting.
you
Yes, I
see
did.
Fay Webster live?
I did with John Coombs. Shout out to the GOAT. 100 beatbox salute to John Coombs.
Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
album's bussin'. Go check it out on Spotify or wherever.
You'll catch a vibe immediately.
Got a vibe.
What
So
gave you
what gave me
guys'
joy this week? It's
Yeah.
really simple. Nothing. What do I mean by that?
Excuse me?
Because my words are always deeper than the surface somehow. What I mean by that is sleep. Sleep gave me joy because I was basically so sleep deprived. I got 2 hours of sleep before going on our trip to Seattle, or on the trip to Seattle. Busted ass sleep. I had a crazy level 9.3 panic attack in the car after breakfast yesterday. This is I didn't say it out loud, but Eric, I
Right.
was thinking in my head. I did think, like, do I need to go to the hospital right
No.
now? Yes, because I was like, sometimes I'll have pretty bad panic attacks that make me feel like I am on about 600 milligrams of THC, and it feels like being conscious is like a tightrope walk.
Oh, dude,
And I
it's the
can't
worst.
keep my I like, yeah. Nah, I'm just
And we
playing.
even
That doesn't
had
happen to
golden
me.
milk at breakfast. That delicious.
We even had
Almond
golden
drink.
milk and a
I know.
delicious pesto omelet.
I know.
Delicious, or whatever that was. But guess what? Got on the plane, had an amazing ride, zero turbulence. Got home, except for that one little bit of turbulence. That was pretty funny.
That was a stomach dropper for a second. Boing.
That was people. People were really scared around me, but not me. I was watching the Barbie movie, perfectly done movie. But then I went home and went to sleep, and that was awesome, man.
And now you feel amazing.
Now I'm ready to, just do nothing today. Hopefully, Eric.
Well, what
What
gave me
gave you
joy,
joy,
is
really?
quite predictable. It was going back and doing shows in my hometown. It was so fun seeing Nate. Oh, Nate, you're just Nate, are you there?
No, he's there. He's blinking.
You see me?
Oh, he's frozen
Yeah,
on
I
my
see you.
screen.
Oh,
Doing shows
I'll
in
be the
Seattle.
translator.
It was so fun. Like, all my friends from home came out. My high school drama teacher came out. My mom and her boyfriend and neighbor came out, and it was just, I'd never done a show out there, and it was so fun hanging out with everybody and seeing everybody. I was very grateful to see that kind of support. Really meant a lot to me. And was the second show, was
It's not
there a
what you were
crazy ass
saying.
heckler at the very beginning of the second show that kind
Oh,
of
man.
was that we were unprepared for? Yeah, there was. But we bodied that.
we were
and
perfectly prepared. The venue helped us out incredibly.
Yeah.
Shout out to Crocodile.
The crocodile. The crocodile. So yeah,
that was fun.
Oh, and then we went to a party at my buddy Cole's little woodworking studio down the street. It was cool. It was a fun little trip. So that's what
Perfect
gave my
trip.
fucking ass joy. Yeah, and give it up for the elders. Like, yo, like if you're old, like respect. That's just
Yeah, if
how we
you're
have
young,
to put it. Quite
cut it
simply.
out.
If you're young, fucking get in
it
line.
together.
Get in fucking line, because it's gonna be a
You'd
while.
be lucky to be old.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you guys
Nate,
have
any
what's your
parting words?
upcoming dates that you
Oh,
guys got?
the upcoming
Oh,
dates
in
we're
2.5
going to be
weeks.
in Milwaukee and Chicago and Pittsburgh.
Okay,
And-
Milwaukee Thursday the 21st of March. Chicago the next day the 22nd. Pittsburgh. Please God, come to the fucking Pittsburgh show.
Oh, yeah,
everybody. We'll be very sleep deprived for that one.
We need that.
The 23rd Saturday.
And then Philly on the
Philadelphia.
31st. And
That's not in
then
my calendar, is it?
we will be
Ew,
hitting a show in LA in early April with Nate at a secret
that on the
location
8th?
that's going to go crazy as hell.
Probably, I don't know. Mark your calendars for April 8th, probably.
Yep.
So-
Dan Sloan's birthday. Our friend who we know John
Oh.
Coombs through. Shout out
Most
to 100
excellent.
beatbox salute to Dan Sloan.
And we love you. Okay.
And then next weekend I'll be at a wedding in San Francisco. Then shout out Monday, April 15th, tax day. Do some taxes. Sorry, I guess this
God,
is
not looking
I'm
forward
just
to
reading
that.
my calendar.
Oh, I reached out to your accountant, Jack. I'm going to talk to him this week.
All right. Yeah, let's get that taken care of because I'm tired of how it's tearing us apart.
All right, guys.
Joy tactics.
Have an amazing week. Peace out.
Well, that concludes another incredible fucking episode of Joy Tactics. Head over to patreon.com/joytactics to unlock exclusive weekly bonus episodes. And make sure to follow us on social media where we post fire TikToks and hilarious shit like that. And if you loved the shit you just listened to, make sure to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Thanks for listening, and remember, we are shaped by our thoughts, we become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves.